we've reached the last hour of the show, and just quickly to remind you guys, if you want to make some requests today, as an exception, do it only via the old-fashioned way by typing in to your browser slayradio.org. Not pork, as someone heard earlier. As usual, just solder the red lead. Hey now, that wouldn't be authentic. I want my custom Commodore to have authentic, original Commodore issued LEDs. So, no soldering any custom elements aside from the SD to IEC adapter. But yeah, that's just a thing of convenience. Also, I was thinking about doing a transplant of some of the internal electronics from one of my 1541 stations, which is not working. I have one station that is pretty unique in my collection, at least when it comes to 1541 stations. One of them is built in Japan, and that's probably the only one example of any Commodore hardware I have that was built in Japan. So yeah, it differs a bit. The author case seems to be built in a little bit differing mold, and the details are clearly different. And aside from that, it's got also red reading LED, and every single one of my 1541s aside from that one has orange one. So yeah, it has some differences, and I was looking into actually reviving that drive. If it's possible, well then I will have something unique in my collection once again. Aside from that, I have also 1581 drive, the one for smaller floppies, and it's fully working, so yeah, I'm glad that I got that functional. And yeah, if I get the chance to actually do the custom Commodore build, I will post the pictures, and I will certainly use it until it on me, probably. The problem with my the hardware I collected is that most of my original Commodore 64s have broken SID chips. I don't know if that was actually a common occurrence, that the non-lifted, facelifted, I guess, Commodores had sturdier SID chips, but all of mine just died on me. I have only one almost functional. One of the channels is broken. I don't know if it's easy fix, like just resoldering it, or something more complex, like just exchanging the whole chip. I'm not an electronic. I don't have the manual skill to just replace a whole chip by myself, so I probably won't do too much to I don't know, just invade this circuitry. I will do easy fixes and probably lean on someone else to fix something more complex for me. Anyway, let's get back to some tunes. There is a request for Drew's tune, which I was really eager to play. Rasper wanted Drew Wizardry, so let's hear it.
You ready?
Yeah, you guys are mentioning the 1541 Ultimate cartridge. I've been looking into buying one. I've only got the SD to IEC multiple adapters, but I never been gotten around to actually ordering the 1541 Ultimate cartridge. I hear that it's pretty compatible with the D64 drive format, and it actually emulates the whole drive pretty well. For those who do not know, the main difference between SD2 IEC and the Ultimate one is that the former emulates the whole drive as the hardware, and the latter, or other way around, never mind. The SD2 IEC only emulates the protocol that's used to communicate between the drive and the Commodore itself. So it's got a lot of limitations to it. You cannot actually emulate a whole D64 image using SD2 IEC. It only lets you like emulate the single PRG files and something like something that doesn't use the complex operations that the drive would allow you to, because the drive itself had a separate processor, and you could say it was a whole computer by itself, just communicating over the serial bus with the Commodore. So yeah, I don't have that one. I know that Boss has even better emulator for the drive, the Turbo Chameleon, was it called? I think so. And it not only allows to emulate the drive, it allows also to emulate the whole Commodore. So yeah, there are many solutions to get your old discs backed up on an SD card and actually use them with the original Commodore 64.